for this lesson, it's going to be formulating equations from problem situations or from word problems. And you're going to need your note sheet that your teacher gave you and a separate sheet of note paper to work out some problems. An equation is a mathematical sentence that contains an equal sign. It could have all numbers, and the ones that we're going to be looking at are actually going to have variables, letters that represent numbers. So it might be 2y equals 9, and that would be an equation. It might be 2 plus 6z equals p, something like that. P representing something and z representing something. An expression does not have an equal sign. So this might be 2a would be an expression, and that's 2 of a, and a being a variable. Okay, now we need to discuss all the different ways that you can represent multiplication and division. You're used to doing it with an x. Well, that gets confusing whenever you have a variable of x. So we change it to a dot. So the dot in the middle of 7 and n means to multiply. You don't even need a dot whenever a number is next to a letter, and that still means multiply. And then whenever you have grouping symbols and you have 7 parentheses in, that means 7 and multiply in what's parentheses. And then you can also put the parentheses around the 7 and the parentheses around the n. On division, you have regular that you're used to. Then we have this line that goes sideways that means divide by. And then we have a line here that means divide by. And you could even have 7 times 3 plus 4 divided by 4. Okay? And you'd use order of operations to solve that. Okay, there are steps whenever you're writing an equation to represent a problem situation or a word problem. And the first thing you have to do is to identify the known and unknown. What are the variables? What do you know? What do you not know? Then you're going to have to understand the variables. Where do they go? What are you looking for? And then you're going to have to say, given this word problem, I'm looking for what kind of operations. What is it? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. And then you have number sentences. You make the number sentence. You use the numbers, you use the variables, you use the operations to make a number sentence. Then make sure and use order of operations to answer your question and to do your work, and that's making sense. And then check your work. Make sure that your answer, the equation that you came up with, goes back and does represent the word problem.
Go.
Okay, so for this one, if you look at it, you've got used books, paperback books, different prices. So you have hardback books, 7 of them for $3, and you have paperback books, 4 of them for $1. And you want to find out the total amount of money that she spent. Well, you've got to group this one and group this one. So which one shows that grouping? If you did this one, the prices are wrong, right? This one's not grouped correctly. This one's not grouped correctly, so it has to be C. Each day you pay $2.50 for lunch and 45 cents for milk. Write an equation to find D, the total amount of days you spend in 5 days. So you're basically going to be doing the amount plus the lunch plus the milk times how many days? 5 days. So it's this whole amount each day for 5 days. Do this one. And your teacher will go over your answer and do this one, the last one. And your teacher will go over the answer.